Hi, you're watching Blue Box Thinking, a channel that looks at Adidas trainers, both old and new. Today we're going to look at the highly anticipated NG Marathon SPZL, which I think most people who wanted these have either tried to enter the raffles or gone to the shops and bought them, or if they haven't been able to buy from either the raffles or the shops, they may have gone onto the reseller sites, although I think most people will be waiting to see those prices go down before buying those at the high inflated prices. So here we go. So NG Marathon SPZL. You've got the Noel Gallagher tag, which is similar to the 1970s Jabbar or the Stan Smith. So it's a nice touch to have that on there because his previous Noel Gallagher releases haven't had that, just Liam Gallagher releases have. Usual top for the Spezial box. Inside, we have this shoe. So it's a midnight navy and sky blue. For me, this navy is too dark. It looks almost black, to be honest. In some light, so it's darker than I was anticipating. I would prefer the color to be similar to the tongue, which I think is slightly lighter. So it's a suede upper with leather stripes, leather heel, and then you've got this three-part sole. So it's got the grey, then there's a harder navy part in the middle, and then a white part. It's a three-part heel. This is different from what the original was supposed to be based on. So it was a Marathon 85 that Noel Gallagher liked, but the 85 version wasn't very popular commercially, so the Adidas team wanted to try and make some changes. There's a few things like the T-toe is different from the original Marathon. It also had perforated front on the Marathon 85, which they've removed. They've changed the tongue from a suede tongue to a dimpled tongue. I'm not a fan of the dimpled tongue on any trainer really. I don't find them particularly comfortable. I would have preferred a suede tongue or padded tongue. You've got the cotton laces, which are nice. Always nice to see that rather than the nylon laces. You've got metal eyelets, very similar to the sort of Moz crop. Again, I'm not a big fan of the metal eyelets. I would prefer just an open one or have the D-loops. The sole that's normally on a Marathon 85, I will put a picture of those up on the video. Personally, I like, but it's not for everyone. So they have changed that and put this sole on instead. I'm still undecided about it at the moment. You've got the Noel Gallagher footbed, and then you've got a sort of 1980s style outer sole with the nice little Adidas motif at the back of the heel, which I think is quite nice. But overall, it's quite a sort of basic looking trainer to some extent. They have tried to add some bits and bobs on it, as I just mentioned, compared to the normal Marathon 85. Fit wise, I think these are more true to size than the Liam Gallagher 8 show. They seem a bit more roomy. Yeah, so I would go true to size on these. They do seem quite comfortable, so I'd imagine that they would be quite comfortable walking around on. I would go true to size. I know a lot of people have been sort of saying how good they are better in person. They would be better with the sky blue lace, possibly. I'll put a picture of those up later from the Handball Pro that the Spezial released, I think it was spring summer 24. So they would look better with those laces. The change lace are white. It would have been nice to have had the Noel Gallagher paper rather than just a generic Adidas paper. And also it would have been nice to have had Noel Gallagher hang tag rather than the normal Spezial hand tag, but they're minor things. It is a nice shoe, but for me, I'm not so keen on a dimpled tongue, and I'm not so keen on the metal eyelets. And I also think the navy is too dark. And to me, when I first took them out of the box, they looked almost black. They're very, very dark blue. I prefer a slightly lighter navy. I think that would look better. It's darker than, say, a Berlin colorway. I prefer the Berlin colorway, but that's a personal thing. They do feel comfortable. I do think you could wear these around, for a number of hours and still feel comfortable. But I'm not 100% sold on the design. I would have liked to have seen the original Marathon 85 sole, just because I like them, but I know they're not very popular generally. And the eyelets, as well as the tongue. So it's so for me they are a nice trainer, but I think they could have been better than these. But that's a personal thing. Really appreciate it if you could like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell as well, so you know when the new videos are coming up. They are coming up every 3 to 4 days. There'll be videos, so you will get at least 2 a week. I've also got an Instagram page and a TikTok page with the same Blue Box Thinking tag, so I would appreciate if you follow those as well. And I will see you soon with a new video. Thanks.